Welcome back to the Garden Hutch. This is week 31 and we've got some things that were going on this last week. Let's take a quick look. Well, good morning, everyone. As you can tell, we've got some weather moving in, and it is a glorious day. The high is 86. We have been sweating like crazy the last few weeks, stuck in a heat dome, and we are so ready for this cool down. And you can tell we are so excited. The sky is even greeting you this morning. This week, I wanted to kind of show you a little bit of the things that I did. This is the time where we are going to start really digging in and pulling up weeds and doing some heavy maintenance because there is a lull in your picking period. So you got to wait for more things to grow as it slows down and the weather, the heat, humidity comes in. Of course, you're going to have some moments where you're going to let some beds rest too, so you can start your fall planting. It is August, things are changing. But this week, I went through and I did some maintenance in my herb garden. Now, I have shown you all how messy and chaotic this thing looks, but I've tried to clean up a little bit. And this week, I took some time and I really got out here and did some trimming and cleaning up. So first and foremost, of course, I came through and I did harvest a lot of my lavender. There's still a lot of lavender left on there. I gotta save some for the bees, y'all. The bees love this stuff, but there's also some new blooms coming up. And, fun story, my new lavender is gonna start blooming as well, and I'm so excited about it. I've got a couple of blooms on there, look. Isn't that glorious? I don't think this is the same kind of lavender. I think that is the English, and what I planted over here, the big bush lavender, is the French. So they are two different types. That's okay. I get two varieties and it makes me happy. And in here, of course, these things are covered with dandelion greens. I've been out here pulling up dandelion greens for days. But you know what? Worst comes to worst and we're out of salad, we can have dandelion greens for salad. So I'm okay with that. Plus, Ray loves this garden. She loves to chase anything I pull out of here, and she likes to chomp on it. So I have a blast, she has a blast, and it's twofold. Now, of course, this is my prairie grass. I love this, guys, especially when it's blooming, but look how crazy it is. It just takes over. I've had to tie this up 3 or 4 times. It took over my salvia. A lot of my salvia broke off because of wind, but it also took it over. And so, of course, it bent a lot of the branches in there and took that over. So I have a plan. This fall, I am digging up this prairie grass. There's a batch here, there's 2 over there. I'm gonna dig it up and I'm gonna transplant it somewhere. So we're gonna find out where it needs to go, and this thing is gonna be totally open in this space for more flowers. And then over here, you know, I've talked about my sedum. It is getting ready. This is a fall blooming plant. It's kind of like a succulent. It's really neat, and I'm really excited to see all these flower heads on it. Cannot wait to see it bloom. It's gonna be a deep red and add that pretty fall color in the garden. My sage is going strong. It is fighting back from the oregano. I'm so excited about this and just really happy to see how it's coming along. I did harvest some this last weekend too. I've got it drying. I've actually taken to air drying. It's faster for me. It's done in a week, and I can just go ahead and put it in my containers and have it ready to go for cooking. The oregano is looking mighty tame for now. I do need to get in here and trim out some of the, you know, flowering heads on it, just because I don't want it to die back before the fall. I want to have this for our cooking, our pastas and things like that this fall too. But I do have a whole container dried in the kitchen, so it's not a big deal if it does die back. It'll give this sage some breathing space. Now this prairie grass, this is 2 plants. I don't know what's going on with this guy. I'm gonna be moving it too. please let me know. It's called a blue stargazer prairie grass. I don't know where to put this guy. I know it likes full sun, obviously, but it only blooms in early spring, and then it does this, and then it'll die back. So I plan on moving these two plants out of here too. It's going to open up all that space over there for some other perennial flowering herbs that we really need in here, and not this chaos. I think it'll be great as a border. My deal is struggling, and this is the problem, which I'm halfway done pickling anyway. I'm waiting on okra, but what are these things? What kind of caterpillars are these? They eat my deal down, and I guess this is a host plant for them. I'm thinking it's a swallowtail. I don't know. If you guys know what kind of butterfly that's going to turn into, please tell me. I'm anxious to find out. It's okay to have a critter or two in your yard, and y'all, it's getting wild out here, so we're gonna have to hurry this up. But over here, I did trim back some of my echinacea. I got out here and deadheaded. Yes, that was a close one. And it's looking way better. I'm really excited. I took it off the thyme. The thyme's doing great. The parsley is doing great. My little rosemary's doing awesome. And my favorite part, I did want to show you, but let's take a look at the sky right quick. It's getting gnarly. Favorite part I wanted to show you was my tarragon. Look how tall it is. I'm so happy. I love tarragon. We talked about this in the past. This has become my favorite herb to eat and cook with. So, but let's take a quick look over there in the wildflower space. I've done a lot of work over there. So the wildflower bed is hard to maintain. We get a lot of weeds in there. They take over, and it's hard to tell what a flower is and what a weed is in that bed. So yesterday morning, it was raining a little bit. After the rain calmed down, I came out and I just did some investigation in there. And I was able to pull a lot of the grass weeds out without harming those flowers. Plus, I was able to pull out the dead cosmos that were causing some chaos. So let's take a quick look at the awesome work we were able to do. 3, 2, 1. So I came in here and I was able to get deep in here, and you can tell there's a lot of open space now. Most of this was all just grass, and it was growing really tall and taking over. Fun part is, I didn't realize there's some asters that came up in that flower mix in here, and they're gonna bloom too. So it was really exciting to see surprises as I went through and cleaned out this bed. And one of the flowers that I wanted to show you, which it's kind of looking sad right now because I did a lot of damage yesterday, but let's see if we can pull this up here. This was one of those flowers that I got at the Master Gardener's plant sale. You can tell I'm still pulling weeds. But isn't this pretty? Look at that flower head. It's some kind of sunflower is what they call it, but it's like a prairie type native flower, and it's just gorgeous. And a couple of heads came up. Of course, they've since gone to seed, but it's so pretty, and you couldn't see it in here because of all the weeds. I still have some work to do, but so far this bed is looking amazing, and I'm really excited with the progress that I've got going in here. All my zinnias are still going crazy. While I was out here yesterday doing my weeding, I also experienced some hummingbirds. They came in and they just hung out with me while I was pulling the weeds, and I think they were truly thankful that I was clearing out a lot of their space so new flowers could grow and they could get that fresh nectar that they crave. Now I still need to get in here, of course, and deadhead some, and there's a few spaces that I still got to work through. But the main, I wanted to show you guys this. I don't know if you could see that. That is a Cosmo. How tall is that? Like, seriously, I am right at 5 foot. This really has to be at least 7 foot tall. It's got some new buds on it. I'm just gonna let it do its thing because it's it's weird. It's an anomaly in the whole bed, but it's awesome. But I did a lot of work yesterday. I mean, I really came out and took some time to take care of these beautiful flowers. And I think they're gonna appreciate it all that much more. I mean, these colors are, I've never seen zinnias that color and that vibrant. Last year I had some peach colored ones and they were just gorgeous, but these are my favorite. They look like little pom-poms. Sorry y'all, there was a bug underneath and it scared me. My main thing to get out here, the main reason why I wanted to get out here and do this is for my little rose bush. He was being choked out and he really needed some help, and so I did trim off a couple of dead pieces, but it's gonna bounce back and I'm really excited. Next thing to tackle, the watermelon space. I've got 12 melons over there. That's a story for another week. As always, we truly enjoy having you around. We hope you have a fantastic week, and we will see you soon.